Hey there, what's up YouTube? It's Metal Scourge here giving you an updated Deskbot profile for after the link format, which came out a couple weeks ago. But before we get started, I'd like to kind of apologize for not really posting anything in a couple weeks because I've been busy with working and I've had church camp to go to. And now I am posting right before we go to Kansas City tomorrow for a week. So I will try to be up to date on my videos. So without further ado, let's get started. Most of this is pretty much the same for the main deck. I mean, there's just a couple extra things I added here and there. So first card we start with is one Torque Tune Gear. In case you don't know what this card does, is basically you can target one monster you control, equip it, and then it gives the equipped monster 500 attack and defense points. It also protects it once from battle or card destruction, but it also treats it as a tuner. So if you were to equip it to like a Despot 4, or let's just say, then it would become a level 4 tuner. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Good card. I'm also thinking about running two of this actually, just to test it out for right now. It works pretty good. Then we have the one effect failure. You know, good for discarding and negating your opponent's effects. And she's a tuner if you really need her. Self-explanatory. One Despot 1. He's the Despot tuner of the deck. He's an Earth tuner. And his effect is when he's summoned or while he's on the field, he gains 500 attack and defense for each machine type monster you control. In case you don't know, Despots are all machines. So yeah, he can become very powerful alone, and he has a special summon effect in the graveyard where if you pendulum summon 2 Despots or special summon 2 machine types at the same time while he's in your grave, you can special summon him. So he's a recycler. He can really help you out. And in case you don't know what Despots do, they mainly protect each other, and they usually gain attack and defense in increments of 500. So you'll notice that it'll be like 500 a lot for pretty much all these cards. Then we run your 3 Despot 2. He's one of your searchers. So when you special summon, you can add 1 Despot card from your deck to your hand. So if you don't have Terraforming in your hand, you can go for your field spell. You can go for any Despot you want. He's really easy to special summon. And then he also gives all the other machine types 500 attack and defense. Except for him, but his effect stacks. One Genix Alley Birdman. He's nice. I mean, you can send a monster you control back to your hand and then special summon him, but he's banished once he leaves the field. Level 3 tuner. If it's one monster you return, then he gains 300 attack, but he's a level 3 tuner. One Speedroid Tri-Eyed Dice. At first I didn't really know why I ran this, but then I realized I wanted more tuners in this deck because, again, I do want to be able to synchro summon a little bit faster. But he's nice for negating attacks. Just one, but that one attack could save you the game. And then we run the other great card, 3 Despot 3. He has 2 effects. First of all, when he's normal summoned, you can immediately special summon a Despot from your deck. So that's a plus right there. And then during either player's turn, you can really troll with your opponent with this card. You can target 1 Despot monster you control, gains 500 attack and defense for each Despot card you control, and that includes your pendulum scales. So you could literally target 1 if you had 1 on the field, and then target him, and you had like a full field of Despots and your pendulum scales and stuff. He'd be at like 5,000 attack points with his effect and 3's effect combined. So really easy to get over heavy beaters with this deck. Another one that people really kind of hate to see is 3-4. He allows you to pitch and get back your stuff from when he battles. Your opponent may not take any battle damage for the rest of the turn, but you can pitch a Despot card, send a Despot card from your deck to the grave, and then be able to cause him to gain 500 attack and defense for each for each level of the card sent. So if you send a 5, 5 times 5 would be 2,500 attack and defense, really, and so on and so forth. And then when he destroys a monster by battle, you special summon 2 Despots from your hand or graveyard. So, really cool. 2 Manko, stopping direct attacks, just being able to special summon. And he's a rank 4, so really nice. Hand trap. I run 3/5. 5, I do run Cyber Dragon Infinity in this deck, as well as Nova. So I like running 3 because mainly he's a higher pendulum scale of 10 for the Despots, but when he's normal or special summon, he's great back row removal, just, target and destroy spell or trap. And he gains attack based off of how many Despots you have in your extra deck, so pretty good for link summoning. I run 2/6. Good for changing monsters' battle positions. Nothing else really. I mean, he's your pendulum scale of 1. 2/7. He's the Piercer. He gains 500 attack for each Despot card in your graveyard, so that's really awesome. And he does piercing, so it's like, flip. If you had like Quaking Mirror Force or something, which I don't have any copies of, but you can pierce through that. Really nice. 2/8. Protecting all your other Despots from card effects being targeted, except for her. And she can make 2 attacks, and then she gains 500 attack for each Despot card in your graveyard as well. So she's really great. And 1 Despot 9. I only run 1 because 2 would probably be too cloggy. But this card is amazing. Yeah, his effect is you can basically target himself, and then make him gain all the attack of all the combined Despot cards on the field, and that's with their attack boost. So but only he can attack, and when he attacks, your opponent cannot activate any card or effects until the end of the damage step. And also, if he were to be destroyed, you can destroy one of your other Despots. So, really great. Just one of him. And now we'll move on to spells and traps. 1 limiter, self-explanatory, doubles all the machine type monster attack points, and all your Despots are machines. Great card. Can only play 1. Foolish. Usually, what I do with this, I usually send 1 to the graveyard because if you have your pendulum scales, you can literally pendulum summon from the hand. Even though link summoning might screw that up a little bit, getting them back in the extra deck, but it's like, if you have the chance, you can most of these monsters you can set in your normal monster zone. So, first time, so that's pretty cool. 2 Terraforming, search out your field spell, Despot base. Right now, I do 2 machine dupes. I'm considering bumping it down to 1 because of certain circumstances. Because again, I've found that there aren't very many times where you'll have a Despot with less than 500 attack points, because they're always constantly getting power boosts from your field spell and stuff. So I'm considering bumping that down to 1, but 2 is good for right now. I mean, it can be in handy in certain situations. 1 Reasoning. Great card. I recommend running this in pretty much any deck where you don't run the same level monsters. Basically, it's a game of chance, really. Your opponent's more likely to lose with this card. But your opponent clears a monster level. You reveal cards from the top of your deck until you reveal a monster that can be normal summoned. If that monster is the same level as the one declared by your opponent, you send them all to the graveyard. If not, special summon it. Free special summon, in other words. Then you run 3 of your field spell, Despot base. I've only used the second effect once, but gives all your Despots 500 attack and defense. Great draw power though. You can reveal any other Despot cards in your hand, shuffle in the deck, and draw that many cards. Recycler. And his other effect is you can banish 9 Despot cards with different names from your field or graveyard, except for base. And basically, it's game over because it shuffles everything your opponent controls back into the deck. Cards, hand, or hands, field, graveyard. So, it's pretty busted. I don't really use that as second effect, but if there ever comes a duel that I can, I will. Now for the traps, we don't run very many traps here. We run one Mirror Force. I mean, just plain Mirror Force gets the job done, blows up all attack position monsters. I mean, I tried running Quaking, but Quaking flips them face down, and then you're kind of stuck with, like, if you know it's a powerful, has high defense, these Deskbots won't have a problem running that over, but it's like, you don't really want to attack in them unless you can actually do some damage with, like, 7 or something. So that's up to you. I just do one Mirror Force. Gets the job done. 2 Wabaku. Negates battle damage and monster destruction for the turn from being destroyed by battle. And 1 call. Basically, you know, get back a 1 or whatever card you want and then go in your other extra deck. So that's it for the main deck. Now we'll move on to the extra deck. We will first start off with, I run 2 Gear Geegan X. Great recycler, you know. Detach 1 and add 1 level 4 lower machine type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So if you really wanted to, you can literally detach and add that card that you just sent to the graveyard from a detach effect back to your hand if you wanted to, or just add. So he's nice. He has another effect with Gear Gia, but by adding a when he's destroyed, you can spell summon 1 level 3 or lower Gear Gia monster from your graveyard, but we're not running any Gear Gias. Then we run, I haven't gone to him much, but Gear Geegan XG. Great card. Basically, you can, during either player's battle phase, you can detach 1 XE material, negate the effect of all your opponent's cards, and they cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. And then you can target 1 of the Gear card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So basically, if you get him out and both Gear Geegans are in your graveyard, you can just target 1, add it back to your extra deck, and it's pretty good. Then we do 1 Alley Justice Catastor. Pretty busted card. At the end of the damage step, battles a non-dark monster, blow it up immediately without applying damage calc. 1 Metaphys Horse. You know, you can use it to take control of opponent's monster. Make it unaffected by card effects. Pretty good card. Level 6 Synchro. 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst. Basically, it can be basically quicker Cyber Dragon, Nova, Infinity plays, you know. Special summon 1 card from your penalty zone when he's synchro summoned, and your opponents can activate their effects during the battle phase. Nice card. Goyo Guardian. With Link Summoning, though, I think that this card might not be as good because it's special. When you destroy a monster by battle, send it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster you feel in defense position. Well, I'm not so sure about all the rulings on Link Summoning, but from what I've heard, you can only have 1 extra deck monster out at a time unless you have Link monsters, but I don't know how this would work, but it's a good card for now. I still have a lot to figure out about Link Summoning. It's fairly new. Ignister. Get around pesky cards that can't be targeted. Shuffle 1 card your opponent controls back in the deck and blow up a pendulum scale or something. Pretty handy card. Stardust Dragon. Either player's turn, tribute this card, negate the activation of a trap, effect, monster, or spell card that would destroy cards on the field. And then you can special summon him. Pretty good. Level 8. 1 Despot Jet. This is the only level 10 you run, but if you have your field full of Despots, you know, you can special summon. You can destroy one Despot card you control, special summon one Despot monster from your deck, and you can target one Despot monster you control and one face-up card, destroy them. Gain 500 attack and defense for each Despot card in the field. Pretty cool. Then we have Cyber Dragon Nova and Infinity. With Link Summoning, I was dueling my friend the other day with this. And with Link Summoning, because we know that Link monsters cannot go into defense position whatsoever, Infinity here, if you can get into him right away, your opponent, you can kind of lock down your opponent, especially if you have cards that protect him from battle or card destruction. You know, because you can just keep on stealing your opponent's Link monsters and they won't be able to summon anything except have one extra deck monster out at a time. I mean, yeah, you'll be using up your extra deck slot, but you can keep on negating stuff and just getting free absorptions, you know. Great for... I find this card really great. I think this card might actually go up in price again. So, great 2 cards. And then we have 3 of the new monster, one of the new Link monsters. We have 3 Miss Radiance. She's a Link 2, but she requires 2 Earth monsters, and this Despot deck, they're all Earth. But she's pretty cool. She gives all your Earth monsters on the field a 500 attack and defense power boost. That includes your opponents, but with your Despots, they're going to be getting much more massive power boost, so you don't really have to worry about that. It also decreases the wind monsters of attack and defense by 400. And basically, if she's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one Earth monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Really great. I'm going to run 3 because, again, this is Despots. They're all Earth. And if you can, I mean, she may seem kind of weak. That's her only problem, is she only has 1900 attack points when she's summoned, and that's with her power boost. But if you can like spam her and get like all 3 out, then you're dealing with each of them like 2900 because their effects will all stack. So like you're dealing with 3 2900 beat sticks that like, and then you can summon more stuff. So it's pretty cool. And that's it for this deck profile. If you guys have any questions, you can just let me know, and I'll try to do something in Kansas City, you know, when we're on the train or something. But if not, I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. I think this deck is actually looking really good for Link Summoning. So, Metal Scourge out.